You're funny.
Like I said. Like I said. Like I said. Do you like my tail? Like I said.
Welcome to another edition of Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm joined, as always, by Lee Priest. And Lee, you know, before we start the show and I let you go off and bitch and complain a little bit, I got contacted by a guy via email who told me that we were in violation of his copyright that he, or I guess you could say copyright or, you know, trademark that he had registered back in 1979 for Iron Rage. And I was like, and he actually sent me a copy of it. It was like old yellow paper, and it said for, you know, the Iron Rage music group or something like that. So I kind of dismissed it. I said, we're a TV show, we're not a music group. He wrote me back. He goes, would you say the same thing if you think that the lawyers would say the same thing if you used the word the show title Aerosmith? So now I'm getting like curious. So I go back and I YouTube, you know, the name Iron Rage. Of course, our shows all come up first, but then down the way I see Iron Rage heavy metal group, and they were obviously back in the '80s a big heavy metal band, and I listened to some of the music and it was pretty good. So I contacted the guy, said, hey, you know, I'd love to interview you on Iron Rage about your Iron Rage heavy metal band. And so he was actually the lead singer, this guy who had contacted me, and he's like cool with us using the name. You know, he was kind of just, you know, letting us know about it. So Iron Rage was actually a heavy metal band back in the '80s.
Well, he should be happy now that he's getting some publicity.
We've resurrected the name, right? Yeah, exactly.
If you bring the people's attention, they might start listening to it again, and it might kick off again. So
maybe he could write us a new theme song for the
exactly.
show.
He could write the "Like My Tail, Like I Said" rock song.
Maybe you could be in the music video. Lee, you could be in the music video. You know, from.
You know what people did bring up again? It popped up every now and then. Was remember I did Beats by Lee a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's been popping up again because Jay had his out, so I did that thing. But yeah, did you get that thing I sent you of the Australian rules now? It's pretty much
I did. I was reading them. Lee sent me a thing, all the rules in Australia, which is pretty similar to actually the rules, believe it or not, in the US here.
I think using the word lockdown just sounds like you can't step out your front door because there's a fucking National Guardsman out there with a fucking rifle. As soon as you step out the door, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, luckily
you can still go. You can still go out to the grocery store. You can still go out to exercise. As long as you're not in groups, you've got to keep that certain distance. They're still having boot camp classes outside. You just got to be a certain distance apart. So, you know, there's certain things you can still do. So it's not like lockdown. So this whole panic. Look, I understand people. Before you start pitching and writing and going, Lee doesn't know what he's talking about. Yes, it's a virus. We've had bird flu. We had SARS. We had that flu last year they didn't have the vaccine for. We had AIDS, and we didn't go this crazy over any of them. Why didn't we lock down the countries and all this shit when AIDS virus was like the big fucking killer back in the day? We just put an ad on TV with the Grim Reaper and a fucking bowling ball. So it was like, you know, it's like, you know, it's just people are going fucking nuts still, and it's like, and then
what's your everyone has their own theory. What's your theory on why we're reacting so aggressively throughout the world to this virus? What do you think is behind the scenes going on?
Considering like all the other viruses I've mentioned that were probably worse, the bird flu and swine flu and SARS and AIDS and that, I really can't tell you why, because yes, okay, this is bad, you can catch it, it's just like a form of the flu a little bit, being viral and stuff, and you know, mainly it's affecting the elderly more than anything who already have problems to begin with. You know, we had another death here. I think it was the 7th death in Australia, a 70-year-old lady off a cruise ship. So it's like, it's hard to say. Yes, we can go into conspiracy theories and the economic and China making more money and this and that, but there seems to be a bigger picture behind it all to me than just a virus, because like I said, we've had that many more things that have been just as worse. And then I want to clear this up too, because people have been fucking going off, and you know, when you put up a post and someone can write, you're a dickhead. Look, I can read that really quickly, but I put up a post and people write these fucking, I guess when they're in quarantine, they got plenty of time to fucking write because I don't even read it all.
They're bored.
But I put up a bit about like smoking. Look, smoking causes so many different cancers. It generally kills you. Most people who get cancer die in a painful death, or drinking, or other drugs, unprotected sex. I said there's so many things out there that people are doing that can kill them. Well, let's just go smoking. That's the first one. Generally you're going to get some cancer or disease and it will kill you. So, yes, I know smoking, drinking, unprotected sex, that's all your choice. Getting COVID-19 isn't a choice. But the point I'm making is if you're smoking 1-2 packs a day, knowing what that does to you, that it can cause cancer and kill you, why are you worried about getting the virus killing you? If you're not fucking worried about your health and you're not worried about dying, why are you worried about the virus all of a sudden?
Yeah. I think here's my take on this whole thing. I think that everyone, the health community, doesn't believe it's going to kill most people. It's not going to kill anyone more than probably.
Really, when you look at it too, they don't report. When you see how many cases have been infected, then look how many people have been gone into quarantine and come out of it.
Right.
The numbers are really high of the people that have actually had it and come out.
Here's the problem. I think the problem is with this virus. It seems that a lot of people need medical attention in a hospital, maybe ventilator or oxygen, because they're not going to die from it, but they need this assistance, so to speak. And I don't think we have enough ventilators, and no one is set up for this properly. There's not enough hospital beds. So what they're doing by quarantining us is that they're just buying themselves time to get people in and out of these hospitals. So cure the people who are in there, get them out, and let's get the next wave in, because it seems as though it's so easily caught that everyone is going to I think everyone's going to be exposed to this thing.
And I understand that, but my point was, though, if you're doing all this other shit that can kill you, why are you so worried about living now? I don't want to get that virus; it could kill me.
I think people are ridiculous. I think that you don't really have anything to worry about. Most people are not going to die from this thing. It's just a pain in the ass. That's all.
That's like I've got a friend. He's always talking about wanting to die, kill himself, blah blah blah, all the time. Oh, I'm fucking sick of living this and that. I don't want to live anymore.
He's the most petrified, probably.
But then I'll give him something. He'll go, I can't eat that, Lee. That's got sugar in it. Sugar's no good for you. I'm like, serious. I said, what? You keep telling me you want to die, you're sick of living, you can't go on, but now all of a sudden you're worried about the sugar? What, you want to be a healthy dead person, I guess? I'm like, what the fuck are you worried about? Oh, no, exactly. I can't have that fat content too high. I'm like, oh, okay, well, fucking eat more then. You want to die? Fucking cram it down your throat.
Yeah, it's the story I told about the guy who tried to commit suicide from jumping off the second story of a building, and when they asked him why he didn't go to the roof, he said he's afraid of heights. So that's just the way it goes.
I said there's so many conspiracy theories out there with China and this and that. Now, fucking China, Trump, that's the Chinese flu. Mr. Trump, do you think that's racist? No, come from China. That's the Chinese flu. It's like,
well, you know what it is? Trump is not necessarily stereotyping the Chinese people. He likes to give everyone a nickname. Crooked Hillary, the Chinese flu. I don't think he implies that they concocted the thing. I think he just thinks that came from there. I'm calling it the Chinese flu. That's my name for it. Everyone has a nickname.
What was that other flu we had? It was named, what was it?
The bird flu?
No, the other one, it was the name of a country, wasn't it?
I know. Not West Nile, was it? No, that was the...
No, not West Nile, but there was another one. It's actually the name of the country. It's the same thing, so it's like, people just want to come down on Trump, and there you got that fucking puppet-looking Pelosi. She's holding out on the fucking... She looks like one of those fucking sock puppets dried up. It's like fucking... She's got a... I reckon if you put the Crypt Keeper and her side by side, they're fucking related for sure. I'm like, Jesus. But no, the whole... Like I said, people just need to calm down. Well, the media, too. The media doesn't help, because that list of things I sent you there, it says food courts, okay? You can't eat in the food court, but you can still walk around the food court, get your food and go away.
Right.
I just heard the news headlines, what you need to know, food courts closed, this closed. It's like, they're not closed, you just can't fucking eat there. It's like, the media gets this whole, look, they love fear, they love to put the fear into people. And, it's like that time they had that hurricane blowing, and that reporter, remember, this was like a year or two ago, and they're standing there and he's on the angle like the wind's pushing him. Yeah. It's hard to stand up, and in the background, two people just go walking by normally. It's like you put the whole thing on like fucking,
The media they stage everything. Yeah, they're full.
But I'll find, like, I saw this one thing set up where, it was like a flood and this and shit. They find the worst area where, okay, this house is half knocked down, and they're actually dragging debris from an area to put behind them
Yeah.
to set it up looking like a post-apocalyptic fucking movie set behind them. But then we looked at only this one area where the reporter's standing in front of, have they got a crushed car, a tree? It's that the rest of the street was pristine, but we've got to film this section here.
Well,
it's like,
I was just watching one of these conspiracy theories, and they were pointing out that they was some kind of big supposedly these refugees walked from like South America all the way to the Mexican border, and like for like 100 days they were walking or something like that, 40 miles a day, and they actually zoomed in on these people in this thing, and they're wearing like new clothes, they're like fat looking, they're like laughing. It was a completely staged thing, by the news media, and I don't know if it was the news media, but it was paid for by some wealthy person. I'm not going to go into that.
We had the same thing here when the boat people were coming in, the illegal refugees, and they've been out at sea and that. They were filming getting off the boat. Some of these guys had prison physiques. They're all on mobile phones. They're all like, oh yeah, you're really refugees. When you really see those refugees over there that are all gaunt, they've only got the clothes on their back and stuff. And that's another thing. They're going on about this virus. Before this virus hit America and Australia and all these well-to-do countries, look at Somalia, Africa and shit. Starvation, people die over there. 25,000 a day, roughly, children and that from starvation and viruses. Do we ever fucking think about them or hear about them? No. It's only when it hits us in the pocket or hits us, we go, oh shit, fucking world's going to end. These cunts live it every day, but we don't give a fuck because it's not affecting me. Why should I care? Now all of a sudden, those people get it. They want a bit of food. What do Americans and Australians do when we get it? We need fucking toilet paper. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
By the way, I found I'm not telling you where, but I found a Dollar General store that has toilet paper and paper towels. I picked up a bunch yesterday. So
I like those videos that have been popping up on YouTube where a guy's going down an alleyway and he pulls up and he's like, psst, psst. Yeah, and the guy's got the roll of toilet paper in his coat and he's handing him a big wad of cash for the toilet paper. I'm just like, it's like I said last time. Like I said, this whole thing, like I said, the government must be rubbing its hands together, laughing at the people, because we've always heard about the government won't do this to us. We'll stand up to the government. They can't do this. If they ever tried martial law, we've got our guns, we've got our militias. And all of a sudden, people are fighting each other over toilet paper. The government's like, trust me, we've got nothing to worry about. Look at these stupid dickheads out there. They can't even get in line for fucking toilet paper, and they're going to attack us. We only need one drone. One drone would do it for sure. It's like it's ridiculous.
Lee, that's the biggest thing. I know bodybuilders who have contacted me, and they're in such fear of this virus. They're in such fear of the fact that we're quarantined, that their routines have been wrecked, that they've just given up completely. I can't work out. I can't do anything. I can't do anything in my house. I have to eat junk food all day because I'm so depressed over this. I'm like, champions always find a way. The losers have 1,000,001 excuses. Isn't that the case, Lee?
Always. Like when I training at home again now, because I'm getting the gym together again from Sam, my best workouts were always at home. I always focused better. I did chest the other day, and in the last 5 years, I actually felt sore in the chest because I was just focused at home. I didn't have to worry about people looking at me and feeling like a dickhead because I can't do certain things. But I just went back to the basics. The thing is too, Dave, your body your muscles don't have fucking eyes. It can't tell if you're lifting a weight or lifting a brick or a shopping bag or if you're just standing there fucking squeezing tension like this or doing push-ups. As long as your muscle's under tension, if you've got muscle and you keep moving, I think they did a study once where it said, you have to be like roughly 2 weeks of non-activity. I mean, like totally bedridden, not moving before muscle starts to atrophy. So it's like as long as you're doing something, whether it be fucking push-ups, do them flat, do them on a bench, put your feet on the bench. There's so many things, chin-ups, dips on the bench. Like just use your imagination. Get some rubber bands. If you've got a couple of grocery bags, put some fucking tin food in it. Do laterals, do curls with it. Do the old, I did a video about it, like remember backstage, you grab a towel and do towel pulls, towel curls, towel push downs. There's so many things you can fucking do, but these are the same dickheads where bodybuilding is their whole life that all of a sudden, oh no, I'm going to lose my gains and shit. But they're not training. They're sitting at home eating junk food, but I can guarantee every second day, time for a fucking shot. Actually, I better up my dosage so I don't lose any fucking muscle size. What's that? I can't go out and buy more gear. Oh, fucking hell, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Cashless society. Yeah, hello, do you take credit card to buy my gear? You don't take cash anymore? Oh, fucking hell. Well, how do I go to the needle exchange? I've run out of needles. I'll just have to boil these ones up again. It's like, that's what they're worried about. It's like there's so many things you could do. Like I said, to even be worried about losing size and shit, if you use your imagination, you're not going to lose size at all. It's like...
Frank Zane told me, I just interviewed him, he told me in 1979 when he prepared for the Olympia, he had bought a house in West Palm Beach, or I forget where, somewhere in Palm Beach, or I don't remember where. What am I thinking of? I don't remember. Wherever he said he bought a house.
Didn't he live in Palm Springs?
Palm Springs, excuse me, thank you. I'm thinking Florida. Palm Springs. He had built a gym in his house. He said he did not leave the house, essentially. He trained at his house all by himself for that whole Olympia, and it was the best he ever looked.
Well, there you go. Look at there's that video of me in Lancaster, California. Remember that video of me training in the shed before the 2002 San Francisco? Best I ever looked. 6 months, I didn't train at a gym. I went to a gym a couple of times just to do cardio to watch people because it's amusing. But every workout, twice a day, I trained in that shed. Best workouts ever.
Now, what was that? Explain to me. I don't even remember that. What, a shed you trained in?
Yeah, when I lived in Lancaster, California, there was a big shed there, and I just done it up, and I had all the PowerTech gym equipment. I had that Pro Spot gym equipment and stuff. And
where'd you get all the equipment from, Lee?
PowerTech and then Pro Spot. Pro Spot was, I'm not sure if they're still around, but it used to be, they had one machine, it was like a Smith machine, but the bar was on cables, so you could lunge, you could do curls. It wasn't fixed on a runner. Yeah. But across the bar, you could go heavy because you train by yourself. There was this real thin, like electronic contact line across it. So when you touched it, it would release, but if you got stuck and you let one hand go, it would just lock into place.
Oh, wow. That's
cool. And then they had another one. It was like a tower. It had two arms that come out with cables with these hooks on. Yeah. And same thing. You could clip the dumbbells in them. So if you're going heavy by yourself, clip the dumbbells in. You put your foot on this button. The dumbbells would raise up to where you need them.
Really?
Once you grabbed them,
I never saw that.
It would release, and then if you just let one hand go, the dumbbells would just hang there. Then you just lower them back down to the floor. It's called Pro Spot. They still could be around. But
where did you get all the equipment? You bought it or they gave it to you?
They gave it to me.
And what did you actually do with it after?
I think Kathy still has a lot of it at her house there in Covina.
Oh, right. Okay. Interesting.
She still has a lot of it, still trains on it. Yeah, but I got the same stuff here because ProTech was in Australia. I mean, is in Australia, but now there's another company called Barbarian and ATX. So because of those videos I do for Sam, he's like a wholesaler for it. He sends it to me, so now I'm just setting up the gym at home again, and I prefer to train at home. But the whole people are going crazy.
We got to do a tour. You got to give us a tour for Iron Rage one show.
I will. Once it's all set up, I will. So
that'd be great.
But people just need to calm down. There's so many things you can do at home when it comes to training, and sometimes too, because you're doing something different. Who knows? These people that have been stuck in a plateau, going to the gym, doing the same day after day. Yeah, doing something different might give your body a break from that if you're doing push-ups and body weight stuff again, because half the time when you use your body weight, it's harder than actually doing weights. I always used to wonder how that guy who is this skinny would be on the lat pull down. He's doing 300-pound fucking pull down. He only weighs 180 pounds, but he can't do one chin-up. It's like, well, how can you pull 300 pounds down, but you can't lift your body weight up? I'm like, what the fuck? Or they're doing all these push downs like this with the 250 pounds stack, but they go to do one body weight dip.
Plus, you know what? It's always the guys that need to do free weights that don't do them, right? Because, I mean, when you're first starting out and you want to build a base of mass, free weights far exceed machines because they make you stabilize the bar, so you get a much more complete development from it.
Oh, easy. Because I remember in Australia, because we were behind in America, when I started training, I think the machine we had was probably a lat pull down, a seated cable row, just the basics. That was it. So you always had to do basics. I remember the first time I got into Gold's Gym, it was like a kid in the candy store. I'm like, oh, wow, there's a machine for that. Oh, there's a back. I don't have to do fucking bent over barbell rows. There's a fucking machine. So for a while, I did use these machines. And fuck me, when I went back to the basics, fucking hell, I remember I used to squat 5, 6, 7 plates. I'm going to use this squat machine. I'm going to use that leg press.
Yeah.
I went back to squatting, put 2 plates on. It's like, because all your stabilizing muscles are gone and shit. It's like, you know, you could do heavy dumbbells. You go use machines for it. You go back to dumbbells, you're like, fucking danger, Will Robinson, danger. You're fucking like robot. Your fucking arms going. It's true though. So it's like, you know, I got lazy because I was using all these machines that when I went back to the basics, I'm like, oh shit, you know. So you can't beat. I try and have a, you know, if you go to a gym now, I try and at least do 3 basics or maybe 2 machines. I just mix it up. But basics, like you said, are always the best, because even when I went back to squatting, the weight didn't feel heavy. It was just like your lower back, your middle of your back just didn't feel stable, because it was like my back was doing this because nothing was strong. So you got to, you know, it's like.
I believe that with a good rack of dumbbells, you could almost train every single body part.
I've said that.
You almost don't need anything else.
At home at the moment, I got like a power rack and stuff, which has the attachment for the lat pull down and seated row. I got the Iron Master dumbbell thing. It's only on a stand about this big. It's the ones that lock together.
Right.
So I can just lock them in from 5 pounds up to 140 pounds, and they take up no space.
Yeah.
And I've always said, if you've got, like you said, a good set of dumbbells, a barbell, and a few plates and a power rack and a bench, you can pretty much do every fucking exercise there is.
No excuses.
You can do every chest exercise with dumbbells and a barbell. You can do legs, squatting, lunges, bodyweight lunges, everything, you know, front squats, you know, when it comes to back, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, deadlifts, shrugs, shoulders, shoulder presses, laterals with dumbbells. You know, like I said, if you've got dumbbells, a bench and a barbell, you can fucking do anything. So that's what I don't get when these, like I said, you know, go on to gyms and people go, oh, wow, this is a nice gym. Yeah, some of the equipment looks fancy, it looks nice and clean and shit, but, you know, the basics have always been the best. And when you look back at those books, remember, like the Encyclopedia, Arnold's book, or there used to be a great one Robert Kennedy put out called Pro Style Bodybuilding with Tom Platz on the cover. Yeah. That's like one of my favorite books. And there was another one called Shredded with Stridham on the cover. Yep. When you look back at those books and you go, fuck, I remember that exercise. And then you start doing it again, you're like, wow, you feel that so much better than anything else.
I don't try to lift too heavy a weight anymore because I get the shoulder replacements and I don't want to wear them out. But this is what I have. We bought one of those Life Fitness cable crossover machines. Oh yeah. With the stack, and I have a bench like that can incline, and I have dumbbells up to 50. And I'm telling you, I could do almost everything on there. The only thing I wish I had a leg extension, leg curl machine. That's the only thing that I probably will get, and I could get one that does both. But I could do everything with that, and it's good because the cables, you know, you get continuous tension. You can do all your pull downs and everything. You can do cable crossovers. I do so many innovative things on that. You can make up your own exercises on there, and with the dumbbells, I could do everything with them. I could do arms. I could do presses.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. My bench, it has the attachment where I just slide the leg extension and leg curl thing in, and when I've been using the ones at the gym lately, my knee's been killing me. Yeah. Yesterday I did legs here. It's like the one you put in and you put the plates on the front of it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I got the best quad pump ever. My legs are still sore now. 3 days later, if I touch them, they feel bruised. Because I remember that picture of Platz when he was in Australia. He's holding onto the bench and he's got the plate-loaded leg extension and his quads are like that. That's what I picture in my mind. And I had the best leg workout. All I did was those leg extensions. I did body weight lunges, and then I did some squats and then leg curls, and my legs have never been this sore for fucking ages. And I did it at home. And the thing is too, like you said, even though you might only have up to 50-pound dumbbells, if you focus and you put your mind and muscle connection and really concentrate, you know, if you're squeezing and doing it correctly, you can make 50 pounds by the end feel like 80, 90 pounds and shit. It's like, you know, it's just like, that's what people need to realize. But also too, I want to wish Greg get well. I saw Greg's fucking photos he put up of the big scar on his neck and trying to talk. You're talking like this.
He's actually back in the hospital today because he was bleeding. Yeah, I just got an update from his girlfriend.
Well, knowing him, he probably went to do legs yesterday to silly cunt.
I said that. I said I'm surprised he didn't try to cauterize his throat himself with like a hot iron or something.
He probably just left the tube in the bottle there. I have to do some leg press. Fucking put it on.
He probably did go to the gym, knowing him. He probably tried to squat.
It wouldn't surprise me. But I told him the way he was talking, I can't really talk.
Yeah.
I thought Steve Hawkins had come back from the dead. I'm like, what the fuck?
He sounded like the Godfather too. That's what I thought he sounded like.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully when he gets it all back, they got it all and stuff. But
Yeah.
no one agreed. They said, now go home and relax and don't do anything. Probably yelling at his girlfriend, bring me them dumbbells. I can do something.
Well, he was in the hospital for a couple of days.
I can't get a pump in my, he's trying to get a pump in his bicep, but all of a sudden we sees the blood going into the bottle. I'm losing my pump. Greg would be like, fuck it, I can take that off, fucking drink it, fucking put it back in.
Greg would probably do something like that too.
No, he would. You can't keep a good man down.
No.
He'll find a way to fuck. And he'll justify it. Well, Dave, I thought I could do it.
If you're right, there's a distinct possibility that you could be right, that he tried to do some dumbbell curls or something like that. If you're right, I'm going to kick his ass because he should know better than that. But you probably are right. He probably did do something stupid.
But Greg's like me. I remember, like when I had that cardiomyopathy from the virus, and they told me I was going to die, and I finally got out of hospital, and they said, "Now don't go train because you could die." I remember going to World Gym the next day, doing it, Greg. I loaded the fucking leg press up as much as I could, and I figured, well, if it's going to kill me, it's going to kill me. I did the fucking squat. I went, I'm still here. Okay, I'm okay. And I just started training again. So, when you love training and shit, sometimes it's hard to stop, even if you get some doctor's orders and says, now maybe you shouldn't. I remember when I did tear my shoulder that time, and they said, Lee, and I even said to myself, okay, this is a good reason to have a break. I got my arm in a sling for 3 months when they reattached the tendon. I won't train. 2 days later, I'm in the gym, on the bench, got the 100, here and that. I got my mate pushing on this leg so I don't fucking tip off the bench. And I'm training away. I couldn't even take I got the 2 days and I had to go back to the gym. So the thing was, I didn't move this arm for 3 months almost. I just had it in the sling.
Right.
But the thing was, because I heard that, even if you're training and the blood keeps moving, you won't get that much atrophy. And I don't know why, but when I did finally use this arm again, I'd only lost half an inch of it, which for 3 months of not using it was pretty fucking good. I still did legs. I still did everything on this side of my body. I just didn't use this side. But it lasted 2 days. But in my mind, I said, Lee, take at least a month off. Have a break. Yeah. Nah, couldn't do it. But
that goes to show that your dedication to, you love what you're doing. And I don't understand why these people who love bodybuilding, supposedly, they can't go to the gym and all of a sudden they're ready to quit the sport, and they don't want to do anything. And then I said, why would you allow your body to get out of shape, lose muscle purposely because you're too lazy to do push-ups, all because you're depressed over a virus that's keeping you homebound? It's stupid.
I always say it is the line, Dave. Dedication and stupidity. That's a very close line.
Very, very
I'll
close.
tell you why those people are depressed, Dave, because they're not real bodybuilders. They're going to fucking flip out now because you said that. Yeah. They're just want to be fucking show ponies. We can't go to the gym, Dave, and strut around. I can't go into the bathroom and take my fucking selfies in front of the fucking mirror and all this sort of shit. Dave, I go to the gym and I fucking pump up. But when I finish pumping up, I go to the fucking food court to strut around in my fucking tank top. I can't fucking do that at home. If I pump up at home, my wife doesn't give a fuck how I look. I need the fucking attention. It's like,
but you know what? You make a good point. I'll tell you why. Because it's like people who have a lot of money. You ever see people who have a lot of money, but it's not important that they make money unless they can buy stuff and then showboat it online, on Instagram, on Facebook. If they can't show it off, it's almost like it's not even worth having. It's not good enough for them to have the stuff themselves. They got to let everyone know about the cars and all the stuff that they got. The watches.
Or they do the selfie really close so you can see Gucci written on their sunglasses. Or fucking, like you said, most of the rich people I knew in America, that multimillionaires, were dressed in jeans and shit. You wouldn't even know they had fucking money.
No, because they don't have to brag. They don't.
No. It's like when I used to train. I remember when I was 13, 14, I started bodybuilding, won a couple of shows. For a year or two, I was wear a tank top, showing my muscles. And the bigger I got, the more I covered up. Like Fire Jacket Mike, I'd cover up. Yeah. People go, man, if I had your body and your arms, I'd be showing it off all the time. No, I wouldn't. I kept covering up more. It's I knew I had it, but I didn't need to show it off to the world to prove that I had it. I wasn't one of those walking around with I forgot to take the coat hanger out of my fucking shirt and fucking walking around like this. It's oh my God. It's
All right, well, Lee, stay safe over there.
Also, you got some T-shirts and some new cookies day, 1,500 calorie cookies.
Did you see those cookies?
I saw the shirt bit, and then you called me. That's as far as I got up to. So
you got it. You got to. I got to get Mr. G to send you some. You got to stay big. The Jumbo Palumbo cookie, over 1,500 calories, 50 grams of protein.
Oh no! It's going to give
my
me the
friend Mr. G makes.
It's going to give me the. It's going to give me the Palumboism, isn't it? I can see it coming.
That's right.
On now.
Of course, you're going to get. You're going to
get. Is that the picture you used on the front of the cookie?
That's right. You know, to tell you the truth, I had nothing to even do with the cookie. I didn't even know the cookies were being made. But my friend Mr. G took my isolized protein and he made these. He was making protein cookies, but you know, kind of normal sized ones. And he said, "I'm going to make you a Jumbo Palumbo cookie." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And all of a sudden, I get this package in the mail, and they taste so good. Everyone in my office is eating them, and they're like, "Take these away from me! Take these away from me!" Because you know what? You want to eat the whole thing, and that 1,500 calorie cookie is a lot. I mean, if you're bodybuilding, it's one thing. It's another thing if you're trying to like watch, you know, your weight and everything like that. So,
well, don't give them to those depressed people at home because they. I'm just gonna sit here, smoke weed.
Maybe it'll pull them out of their depression. There you go.
I'm going to eat Dave's cookies and smoke weed all day. That's crazy. It's like, you know, the virus is a serious thing. We hope no one gets it and stuff. But come on, people, just use your heads. It's like common sense. I had to laugh even when the virus first started. They had to tell people, "No, this is what you got to do: wash your fucking hands." I'm like, what? We need to be told this? It's like every summer here. It's a hot day. Yeah. What do they say on the news first thing in the mornings? Make sure you watch the elderly and remember to drink water. I'm thinking, if you're going to tell cunts to drink water on a fucking hot day, then you know what? Let the cunts fucking die. It's like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm a bit parched. What was it I was meant to do today? Oh, what did they tell me? Oh, that's right. Oh, drink. Fuck, I'm glad they told me.
I had an Italian guy who watched our show who was so mad that we were making jokes on the after hour show about the whole thing, that even though we were just making, it was absurdist jokes, that he was so pissed off because people in Italy are dying. I said, well, people all over the world are dying. I said, we're not allowed to make jokes? Should we just go blow our brains out?
If you go on, you probably haven't seen it, but Tyler and you go onto my Instagram. I'm up to life lesson number 6. The first 5 life lessons on my Instagram, you'll love them. The last one, lesson number 5, was about skunk puss. Now you got find out what skunk puss is. I can explain it to you quickly. It's like, you know, when you're married and you've got a girlfriend and you're in a relationship, they've got you. So whenever you have sex with them and that, you know, nothing smells. It's always nice and clean and fresh and shit. So there's no worry. But remember when you're dating, or some people might have been cheating, Sean Ray, but you know, if you're cheating and dating and stuff and you're young and you fingered a girl, remember you'd be like, oh God, and you go wash your hand, and even hours later, oh God, and you wash your hand. even a day later, you could use lemon juice, it still fucking smell. Same with your cock, you'd bang him, you go shower. Later that day you take a piss, you're like, what's that smell? It smells like pussy. That's the skunk puss. They fucking spray you with this fucking pussy juice that fucking marks you like a dog marking its territory. That fucking just hits you like that. So if you're married and you go home, your wife's like, what's that smell? Oh, fucking skunk puss. The fucking skunk puss got you. That's true. We've all been there. You're like, how the fuck do I get that smell off my fucking hands? Don't worry about the virus, people. Skunk puss will fucking get you. That's only if you're single, because they want to mark their territory. So there's a gland in there somewhere, maybe near the G-spot, that goes psst, and it fucking gets under your fingers, gets under your fingernails, gets under your foreskin. So men, be careful of the skunk puss. That's life lesson number 5. Go on my Instagram. You can learn about the other 4 before.
And on that disgusting note that will probably gross me out for the next week or so, and I'm going to go disinfect after just hearing about it. You know what? Burmese pythons can musk you. You know, if they get, you know, and they leave their scent on you. That's what it's like, is what you're saying.
It is exactly. But like I said, when you're in a relationship and you're with someone, and you're secure, you never smell it. That's
The
only
skunk.
from when
Well, I
you're
think
dating.
the gland calms down when the person's not
That
very
so it must
at
be
ease.
like, it must be like when you're dating or something, where they want you, they hit you with it. So say you're with a girl one day and you're a player, the next day you go with another girl, she goes down on you, she's like, I know that smell. You've been fucking someone else, haven't you? It's like, it's like, no. I guess being a bodybuilder, just say, no. I eat lots of tuna. I had a tuna sandwich and it fell in my lap. That's what happened. And on this note too, I got this question. We've always said that the vagina smells like fish. We don't know why sometimes it does. Who knows? But this is the question I want the answer to next week, viewers. If the human vagina smells like fish, what's the fish's vagina smell like?
Things we like to say.
Do you think the fish, when it comes up to the female fish and he puts his fin in there and he fingers the female fish, he goes, "Oh, you smell like human."
This is what happens when you quarantine. You have way too much time to think. Guys, stay safe, wash your hands, and guess what? Don't fucking forget to drink. I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another edition of Iron Rage.
That's none of my business.
Good morning, people.
Good show, Lee, man.
Number
That was
5
very
today. It's a secret I'm going to let out. It's called skunk puss. Now, wife's laughing because it's a code these women have. Now, if you're married or you got a girlfriend, you probably don't know, because when you have sex and that, it smells great, it tastes great, the puss I'm talking about. But when you're not, if you're dating a girl or you're just seeing a girl, or if you cheated on your missus, they have this reflux in the puss like a skunk that sprays you. Men, you know what I'm talking about? You ever been dating a girl? You put the finger down, finger, smell it, wash your hands, fucking smell's still there, days later, still fucking smell it. You've been hit with the skunk puss. You fucking wash the dick. Later that day you go to take a